this tile coming across here at an angle. So it's going to come in straight. And you can see the angle here of this shower curb. All right. So we'll be doing that after I get this dry fitted over here. All right. Okay, here you have it. Okay. Okay, I'm Ken. This is Home Improvement Tips. And we will conclude this portion. The next portion I will be laying out for this angle here that I'm going to show you. All right, you see the angle of the shower curb. There's the vanity. Okay, then we're going to come out from that point, which is right here at the edge of the cabinet. All right. And then we're going to bring it on out. I'll show you from this angle here. Okay, so I got the angle of that shower curb, which will be fine, not too bad. Then once I get it past this section, I'm back filling in another rectangled spot here. All right, which goes over to the cabinet on the back side of the door. And this floor will be moving forward. All right, so here's this in view. Okay, so that's what we have going on. Remember, home improvement tips, or hashtag home improvement tips. How? I'm Ken. Remember, tell a friend. It's a win-win-win. Size. Subscribe, share, like, and save for a future reference. You never know when you might need it. All right, well, take care. God bless. Bye for now. And as always, never give up, because there's always a way. Always. God bless, and keep looking up. Dry fit this. Then I can move on to here. Okay, we can see that we're nice and flush here. All right. Now, this hole's a little bigger. But this will work. Okay. Then we come across. All right, we're looking just fine. All right. So this gap, I said hole, this gap is a little bigger, but this will be just fine. All right. And if I need to, I can add thinset or grout, but I don't think so. All right. So that will work. Now, let's put this side in. All right, now, part of the thing here is when you cut this radius, you cut it on the line and you go around. All right, you cut around it. And then you start slightly cutting back into your edge. All right, on your piece. All right, so you start actually cutting back into this edge here, which widens the gap. All right, it widens the gap here as you make this turn, because your blade's like millimeters away from that edge, and you will slightly cut, but that's why you want to cut more into this back side as you cut, so that it creates a bigger gap for you to operate in. But you're talking about a very small distance of tolerance, okay? Not much. So you got to really play it carefully. That's how you do that. All right, moment of truth. Let's just get this lid in here and lined up. Okay. All right, here we go. Now, it's close. All right, it's looking pretty good. we have some play. We're okay. All right, around this toilet. Now that's a little big. All right, let's finish cutting. Don't want to cut your cord, but I just finished my cut. Alright, now I need to carefully get this unplugged. You always want to keep your cord out of your way, and that's why. Alright, you want this pencil line down here, line at the edge of this tile that we're cutting. Alright, so get that adjusted there. See if this one's lined up in the same spot. Okay, this one I'm holding down on this side. Okay, and I'm moving this other side up just a tad. It looks like we are right there. And we are, looks like angles are everything. Looks like that got to go up. And that's right there. There we are. And there we are. Now I hold it in place and I swipe it. Okay, now I'm holding this with my foot, which I don't recommend. But in order to videotape this, I don't have much of a choice. So you can see exactly what I'm doing. I'm tucking it into the edge. Okay. See the angle? Okay. Looks like it's dark enough. Lift up and check. Yeah, I'll be able to cut that just fine. Now, if this pencil line didn't want to stay, I would mark it. Then I'd take some polyurethane or clear coat and I would spray it over the top of my pencil lead. It wouldn't wash off. It wouldn't blow off. It would stay until it was cut off, just by sealing it with clear coat or a polyurethane lacquer. So you're sealing it in. You're putting a coat over it. All right. All right. We're just going to coat this for your viewing pleasure, so you see. All right. Now that's been coated. It's been sealed in there. This will not move. Okay. That's locked in there now. I just use polyurethane. Okay. That's all it takes. This works really well when you're cutting and you're running it through water. These pencil lines have a tendency to get washed off. That assures it. Now I'm going to cut it. Okay, now we're ready to cut. Alright. If you notice, I'm using a smooth edge diamond blade, okay? Alright, these walls are not straight, okay? They kind of go out and in, and they kind of move. I mean, they're not straight exactly. Okay, there it tapers. You can see the taper over here. Okay, this gap in the back, you can see it gets wider. Alright, so you want to establish a 90. So I'm using this cabinet, alright, and the framing square. And I'm establishing a straight edge off of my 90 here, alright. And once I get that squared, alright, where it lines up to this edge here of the tile, that I will show you, see, and I'm straight across my cabinet, I know that now that edge is straight. Now I've pre-marked it, alright, I've already done this. And so I put this in place, and I made sure it was nice and square. Then I scribed my tile in, alright. Now I need to make a little adjustment here when I go to set it in the thin set. Alright, then I measured over, and I also got my 90 on this one. Alright, you can see I've got it all marked out here. But this is going to butt up against here, and I've got my 4-inch piece strip that's going to go against the wall. Alright, now I'm going to cut this out, but first I'm going to use that pattern I made from the other day when I get it in place. Alright, so let me do that now. Alright, I've got this all lined up. Now I'm going to bring this one up to it. Alright, now as you can see, I have this lined up perfectly. Okay. Now, I'm going to put my pattern on here. Alright, I got this sitting here. Okay, I just roughly put in. Now I'm going to take this bottom one out. I'm going to set that at that spot. We're going to see how it fares. Let's see how it's going to look. Okay, that's going to look just fine. So I just need to put this line right there, basically a little off center of the bolt hole slot here. And same with here. Okay. So now I know that'll work. Now let's scribe it out. Alright, gotta make sure your outside edges, that one's even and equal, so is the other one. And you can feel here, okay, there's no lippage. Alright, this is right there where that where it needs to be. Perfectly set. Alright, now I gotta get this one laid down there in place.